Hi, Ashley. I hope everything's going good for you. I'm so happy that you're trying to still get into the military because I know that's exactly what you've been wanting to do. Okay, so I have like a camera on my computer, but it doesn't do like what the teachers ones do. So I'm having to record this so that I can get here so that you can see it. Okay. Same thing, just a different way of doing things, okay? So, let's see. Where did I see the first one? I'm trying to do them in order. Okay, so here's the first one. Okay, so sorry, I don't have the high-tech stuff that the teachers have, so let me just, let's see if apples are on sale at 15 for $3. Each. Okay, so all right. So here's the first one. So these things, it's going to be a little interesting because you got to divide, right? So we need to see how many are in, how many 15s are in $3. So you would take your big number, put it on the outside. This is dividing, remember? We got to divide these guys. Okay, so 15 divided by 3. 15 is way bigger, right? That doesn't work. So I have to put a decimal, and I'm going to put my decimal up here too. And I got to add my 0. This is stuff from a long time ago, learning how to long division, you know, before like elementary school or something. These are like old school, like skills they're wanting you to remember. Okay, so now I'm looking to see how many times 15 goes into 30, right? So if you remember off the top of your head, because I don't know if you can use calculators. If you can, then go ahead and use the calculator. But let's see if, because 15 just once is 15. But 15 two times is 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 1 is 2, plus another 1 is 30. So that means that it goes into it 2 times, right? So that goes here. So you don't really have to finish it off because we know, but if you want to, 2 times 15 we figured out was 30, right? Because we need to subtract it. We need to make sure our remainder is 0. So if you're looking at this, I'm going to bring this down. If you're looking at 0.2, because we're talking about money, you know, $1 looks like this, right? But if we would put our decimal, $1 looks like this. So 0.2 actually means 20 cents, right? Hopefully that makes sense, okay? So 20, so your answer would be 20 cents. Hopefully that makes sense, but you can, you know, rewatch this, whatever, however you need to do it, okay? So there's that one. Now we're gonna do number 2. And I'm just going by what you gave me, okay? So 2, and I'm typing it out that way you can see it. So this is a uncommissioned officer challenged platoon of 11 enlisted women to beat her record of performing a 26-mile training run in 4 hours. That means the officer, she is able to run a 26-mile training in 4 hours. So she can do that 26 mile training in 4 hours. So if all the enlisted women match her record, which means matching the record means that they are able to do it at the same time too. So hold on a second, okay? Sister, do you have your phone? Okay, well, she's trying to call me right now. Sorry, live TV, yay. Okay, match her record. How many total miles will they have run? Okay, so like I said, this officer, she is able to, what is happening? Okay, she's able to do this 26-mile training run in 4 hours. So she can do all those things in 4 hours. So she's got 11 women that are enlisted in her platoon. So let's see, let's go ahead and, so 11. That's something we need, right? You can do this on your test. Underline, circle, square, numbers that you might need. So there's 11 women, okay? And the lady did a 26-mile run in 4 hours. Okay, so if all of the women, that means 11 of them, do it in 4 hours. How many miles? So in 4 hours, you do 26. There's 11 of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 26 times 11. So that makes sense. Because it's a 26-mile thing. There's 11 of them. Okay, so 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. Remember when you're multiplying multiples like this, multiple numbers, not just double digits, not just singles or anything bigger than singles, you have to put a 0. Okay, then I do 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. Then I take these guys and I'm going to add them. Just go straight down. 6 plus 0 is 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. And then I have 2. So that means I did 286 miles. All right, so let's see. What did I do? Okay, we did this one, we did that one. Now I'm looking for, all right, number 3. Sorry if this seems like it's taking so long. I'm trying here. Okay, let's see. So this is 3. Diane takes her client to expensive restaurant in town to discuss Oh, and I left it right. To discuss new legal strategies. Restaurant 15% gratuity, and gratuity means tip. That's what gratuity means. If you ever see that, wherever you are out doing things. Gratuity for the server, which is the waiter. If her meal and drinks cost $85, her client's meal and drink cost, what was it, 110, 110. How much did the restaurant add as a gratuity? Okay, so remember, gratuity is tip. It's always something good to remember because sometimes you your places and you're like, what the heck does that mean? Okay, move this out a little bit. This is really bugging me that it's red. I'm going to change it. Okay, now let's see. So reading through it. Diane takes her client to an expensive restaurant in town to discuss new legal strategies. The restaurant adds 15%. So 15%. Remember how to change a percent to a decimal? You got to move the, see if the decimal is here. We got to move it over 2 times. So that means it's 0.15%, 0.15 for the decimal, right? And then her meal costs 85. The client's cost 110. All right, so first we need to figure out what the total bill was. So I'm going to do $110 plus $85. 0 plus 5 is 5. 8 plus 1 is 9. And then 1 plus nothing is 1. So the total was $195. Okay? But we need to figure out how much 15% of 195 is. So at this point, we're going to leave our 15%. We're going to leave it as a whole number. We're going to leave it as 15 because we're going to multiply. But I pointed out moving that decimal over because that's how we're going to figure out what our final answer is, okay? So 15% of 195, I'm going to multiply 15 times 195. And I don't know if you can use a calculator. If you can, great. If not, hopefully this helps so that you can remember and learn how to do this without the calculator, okay? So 5 times 5 is 25. 5 goes here, 2 goes up here. 5 times 9 is 45. 45, 46, 47. Well, then you add my 2. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 4 is 9. All right, so now I'm going to change the color just so we can see it. So remember when you're multiplying double digits, not just single, I gotta put my 0, okay? 7 times 5 is 35. 5 goes here, 3 goes on the top. We carry it, right? Oh, why am I doing that? Hold on, sorry. I'm not multiplying 7. Go back. Okay. Multiplying by 1. Duh. Okay, so 1 times 5 is 5. Makes it a lot easier. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 1 is 1. Okay. Now I'm going to add these guys. Okay, so 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. carry the 1, right? 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 plus 1 is 19. Carry that 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So remember this decimal? Remember how we had the whole number and we moved it over? Do the same thing here. Put my decimal here. I'm going to move it over twice. Right here. So your answer is $29.25. Okay? Hopefully that made some sense. It's a lot of steps, but it's really not too bad. Try and brush up on your multiplication tables a little bit. That might help. So yeah, that might help a little bit if you do that. Okay. So I think you had 5 there. Where was 5? That's not 5. Where did I have 5? Is that it? No, that's not it either. Hold on, I'm trying to find. There's 5. Okay, so 5. Okay, this is 5. Army Battalion, Hawaii, 4 companies. I knew that didn't look right. Alpha and Charlie, each 70. Don't let all these words stump you, okay? That's why we're underlining the important parts, right? Bravo Company has 44 soldiers. And Delta Company has 84. What is the average number of soldiers in a company? That was really wrong. Company. This battalion. Okay, so big thing we need to remember is how to do an average. So remember when you were working out, if you ever, I know you remember being in Mr. Mason's class, figuring out your average of your grades, right? That's kind of the same idea. So average you add up all of your numbers and then divide by how many numbers you have. Okay. So looking at my problem, there's 4 companies, right? So that means I have 4 numbers. 4 numbers. Okay. This one that says they each have 70. Alpha and Charlie each have 70, which means there's 70 here and there's 70 here. Okay. Bravo has 44, right? That means there's 44 here. Okay. Delta has 84. That means that there's 84 here. Okay, so now I'm going to add up all my numbers. I got two 70s. Okay. I have a 44. And I have an 84. I'm going to add all these up. If it's easier to do them separately, then do them separately. You know, if you need to do 70 plus 70, then 44 plus 84, and then add those guys together, do it if that seems better. And in fact, we can do that. Let's do 70 plus 70. Well, we're going to break them up. 0 plus 0, 7 plus 7 is 14. 44 and 84, adding these guys up. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Don't forget to add them though. 140 plus 128. 8 plus 0 is 8. 4 plus 2 is 6. 1 plus 1 is 2. So that means I have a total of 268. So when I'm doing averages, I could divide by, get my total, add them together, then divide by how many numbers I have. So that means I got to do 4 divided by 268. Okay, so when you're doing long division, you take a look at this first number inside. Can 4 go into 2? No, but 4 can go into 26. So it doesn't go evenly, but that's okay. So the lowest number, so I'm saying you might want to go over your multiplication tables, okay? It looks like it goes into it 6 times, right? Because 6 times 4 is 24. And I'm going to subtract them, okay? 26 minus 24 is 2. Bring down your 8, right? So now how many times does 4 go into 28? 4 goes into 28 7 times, right? 7 times 4 is 28. And we know we did it right because we got a 0. So that means the average is 67. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. It's kind of interesting how this is the first year I'm not having you in one of my classes. Well, at the school at least. Okay, so we did that one. Now I'm looking for 6, which was a whole lot of fun because that's a lot of long division, which I'm hoping you can use a calculator. I really hope you are able to. But you know, I can totally understand if they don't let you. Okay, so for number 6, we're dealing with Farmer Beth has received an offer to sell her 320-acre farm for $3,000. There we go, $3,000 per acre. Okay, she agrees to give the buyer $96,000 worth of land. What fraction? Fractions are scary. We won't, it's not going to, hopefully you'll have a question just like this on your test that it won't be too bad. What fraction of Farmer Beth's land is the buyer getting? All right. Spread this guy out. There we go. All right. So take a look at what you got. Farmer Beth received, didn't even spell that right. It's receipt, just go with it. An offer to sell her 320. Oh God. Can't even do a straight line. 320 acre. I'm trying to underline here. It's not really working out for me. 320 acre farm for $3,000 per acre. Okay. She agrees to give the buyer $96,000 worth of land. Okay, so if each acre is $3,000, we need to know how many 3,000s are 96,000. So what I did was I divided, okay? I divided to find out how many 3,000s are in 96,000. And this might, and hopefully they give you scratch paper. If they don't give you scratch paper, ask for it, okay? Ask them for scratch paper so you can have some place to write unless you can write on the test. We need to figure out how many 3,000s are in 96,000. Did I put too many zeros? No, I didn't. Okay, so that means I just kind of did this on the side. I've got 3,000 plus 3,000. These are all 0, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, but if I add another 3,000, that gives me 0, 0, 0, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9,000, right? So how many? There's 1, 2, and then there's 3,000 right here. So 3,000 goes into 9,000, 96,000, you know, 3 times. I wonder if we did another, no, if we did another one, if I did another 3,000, it'd be too high. So because I'm doing the whole 9,000, 9, 1, 2, 3 right here. So there's 3 of them, right? There's 1, 2, and 3,000s that go into it. I know that 3 times 3,000 is 9,000. And see, I put my 3 here because I didn't go for the whole 96,000. I just went for this very beginning part here, this little part right here, not including that 0. So if I subtract these, I get 600, right? 0 minus 0, 0. 6 minus 0 is 6. 9 minus 9 is 0, so I don't need to write that. Okay. Do have to bring this 0 down. So now I'm trying to figure out how many times 3,000 goes into 6,000. But luckily for me, because I did this, I know that 2 3,000s make 6,000. So I know 2 of them go there. So I'm going to put 2 here because 2 times 3,000 is 6,000. Okay, and if I subtract that, I get 0. Okay, so that means that the person got 32 acres of land. So the fraction that we're trying to find, so this is all just one part, right? This is to find my 32. So now what I have to do is I have to divide 320 acres by 32 acres to find out the fraction. And the fraction isn't going to be too bad with this, okay? So I guess you could do it. I wonder if we did it this way, 320 divided by 32. No, sorry. It would be the other way around. It would be 32. I don't know why I did that. It would be 32 divided by 320. Okay, so see, this one's a little, I don't know which one would be easier for you. 32 goes into both of these. 32 goes into 32 once, right? Because if I divide by 32, I get 1. Let me take, and if I divide this by 32, because whatever I do to the top, I have to do to the bottom. But if you notice, 320 is just 32 with the 0 behind it, which means it was multiplied by 10. Hopefully you kind of get that connection, which means what I have is 1 over 10. Does that make sense? Because I had 1 left over on the bottom, 10 left over on the top. Just try and go over those times tables. Try and make these connections. This is 32, 320. 320 is just 32 with a 0 behind it, which means it had to have been multiplied by a 10. If it was 3,000, if it was this with 2, then that means it was multiplied by 100. Okay? Hopefully that kind of makes sense. All right. Did that. Did we do 3? I'm pretty sure we did 3, right? I think we did 3. What else? What else do we have? Hold on, let me look at the stuff you sent me. All right, I did. All right, that's the one we just did. Oh, these volume ones. Okay. And they don't have a number. So at least not that I could see in the picture, which is fine. Okay, so it says, what is the volume of a cardboard box measuring 12 inches long, 14 inches wide, inches tall. Okay. So I noticed in your book, and I think they may give you, any equations that you might need in case you don't remember, because I don't know if anybody would really completely remember this, okay? So the equation for volume equals length times width times height, okay? And I have all those numbers. I have length, width, and height. Tall is how high something is, right? So I'm going to take my volume equals my length, which is 12, my width, which is 14, times how tall it is, my height, which is 10. So what I do is I'll split those guys up. I'll do 12 times 14 first, because it's all going to get multiplied together. It really doesn't matter which numbers you do first. So 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. Okay. Remember, you got to put that 0 there, right? So 1 times 2 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. Add these guys together. 8 plus 0 is 8. 4 plus 4 is 8. That's an ugly 8. 8 and 1 here. Okay. Now I did 12 and 14. Got to multiply it by 10 now. So times 10. Okay. Anything times 0 is 0. So 0 times 8 is 0. 0 times 8 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. Don't forget to bring 0 down. And 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. Add those guys together. It's 0. 8, I get 8, I get 1. Okay? That's your answer. That's all it is multiplying. These little steps here will be a lot easier with your times tables, okay? So try really hard to kind of review those, quiz yourself a little bit on those guys, because if you're more comfortable with your times tables, dividing will be easier and doing all these long multiplications will be easier, especially if they don't let you have a calculator. Okay? Let's see. Is that it? I think that might be it. It did. Oh, the median one. Okay. So, and this one is 19. So 5 students take a math test, scoring 97, 92, excuse me, 81, 90, and 73. What is the median score in the group? Okay, mean, median, mode. Mean, remember, was average. Add them up, divide by how many you have. Sorry, my throat is dry. Median is the middle number. Now, middle number sounds super easy, right? The only problem with this is you have to remember to put them in order, okay? You have to put them in order from smallest number to biggest number. So my smallest number is 73. All right, I got that guy. My next number is 81. Okay, I got that. Next one is 90. Got that. And I got 92. And write them spread out a little bit like this. That way you make sure you don't make any mistakes. 97. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Supposed to have 5 numbers. That means I got everything. Make sure you double check. You don't want to make a simple, mistake as you forgot to write a number, right? Okay, so finding the middle number. You can do something as simple as crossing them out. 1 from this side, 1 from this side, 1 from this side, 1 from this side. Here's my middle number. It's 90. Okay, this is I know you remember this once I said it, but it's really easy to get it wrong if you don't put them in order. You gotta put them in order. What else was there? Farmer Beth, we did Farmer Beth. I think that's it. I think we got them all. I think there were a couple that I didn't do only because that's not on my pay grade. Don't remember how to do those guys. So those will be questions for Miss K. Any ones that I might have missed, but I think I got them all except for maybe a couple. Okay. So that's it. Let me know if I can help you anymore, and good luck on your test. I'm really excited. I'm happy you're persevering. Keep going. You're doing good. All right.